Hello, all my merrymakers. I am Becca, and welcome to the first snow of the season. Oh my goodness. I'm not kidding. It is snowing right now. It is 1 p.m. on Monday. And actually it's after 1 p.m., but just a little bit after 1 p.m. I have only a few minutes to talk before my kids come out of therapy. But first snow, I'd show it to you, but I don't think it would show up on camera. Because it's like the little itty bitty snow flurries, and they're not sticking yet, but the wind is also blowing it around quite a bit. And even though my thermometer on my car says 37, the wind chill is definitely making it feel a lot colder than that. That being said, I wanted to talk to you guys about possibly starting a new segment come next year. For those of you who don't know, in a couple weeks, I will be moving. It is pretty much official now. All we have to do now is wait for closing date, which is Tuesday, November 25th. Our house appraised. I just got some big old fat snowflakes on my windshield. I knew it was going to appraise for that much. The house that we're buying for appraised. So that's all good. So we're just literally waiting for closing date as far as the legal stuff goes. But now I have to pack. And so I'm trying to get everything taken care of as far as like making sure we still have internet and water and power and all those good things. Okay, it's turning into a blizzard out here. Can you see this? That is nuts. Okay, I'm going to drive really slow going home. I've lived in Tennessee for almost 15 years. And I will admit, I am one of those people that has a problem with driving in snow. I admit it. I am part of the problem. Anyway, so that being said, my proposal for the new segment for the new year. If any of you follow Sam from Manthos Makes or her friend Bella Incinetto, I hope I'm saying that right. They both do a segment called Label My Library, which I've seen both their versions of Label My Library. And I know Sam every so often does something called a book look. And I kind of want to jump on board, but I want to call it something different because I have so many patterns and so many books and magazines that I feel like I could literally just stop buying both yarn and patterns and make one new pattern every month and be set for life. Like, not joking. And this was kind of spurred on by a recent purchase. I went to Smart. I actually dropped off a bag full of coloring things because as much as I would like to try to encourage my children to color, they don't really color that often. And so we don't need a whole bunch of coloring things. Now, they still have a set of regular markers, a set of crayons, and a set of the Color Wonder by Crayola where it doesn't mark on other surfaces because of like an acid neutral reaction. Yeah, that stuff is so cool. Look into it. Anyway, but while I was at Smart, I of course made a purchase. It was this book It's called Afghans to Treasure. And it says it's a delightful collection of 50 cuddly heirloom Afghans to crochet. 50. Now, they had this bundled with 3 skeins of this yarn, which you guys know what a sucker I am for rainbow, and this is basically rainbow. Yes, it's missing purple, but altogether $5. 50 patterns plus 3 skeins of yarn for $5. That is a steal and a half. So without even looking inside of this book, I want it, I have it, I need it. But then I started looking through this book, and it has got so many patterns inside. And they're all like sectioned off, which I think is pretty cool. But I feel like with this having 50 patterns in it, that like, if I tried to do an in-depth book look plus label my library, which again, I'm actually going to combine the two and I'm going to call it bookmark. And I'm thinking about doing it on Mondays because it kind of rolls off the tongue. Bookmark Mondays. That being said, what I would probably do, especially in a book like this where it's sectioned off, is do an in-depth look at each section and then choose 1 or 2 patterns from each section, if I can limit it to 1 or 2. Problem is, I've already kind of looked through this book and there are not many patterns that I wouldn't want to make. Now there's a couple, like, believe it or not, the one on the front of the page, that does not appeal to me because it's open and frilly. To me, the whole point of having an Afghan is for warmth. So this is more of like a art piece, which if you're into that, great. I'm not. So I wanted you guys to weigh in and tell me, this sounds like a good idea, this sounds like a bad idea, or I'm ambivalent. I need to see it first. Trying to see, so like, if I broke this one up into each individual section, you've got 7 chapters that this is separated into. So that's almost all of next year in one go. Well, no, not all of next year. I don't know what I'm saying. That's a month and a half of content right there for me. From one book. Now, not all of my books are this packed. But I could see definitely making this a thing because I'm moving and a lot of my stuff, I don't even remember what's in a lot of my pattern books. And I need to start using my patterns and using my yarn. And you know, next year was supposed to be the year of the Muppet. And I was thinking about doing Muppet Mondays as well, because it also rolls off the tongue. I like alliteration. It's one of my things. So, I just, you know. So tell me what you think. Thoughts, feelings, quandaries, concerns. I am hoping that as part of me reorganizing things that I will be able to restart dipped into hand dyed as well next year. So I've got a lot of content ideas, just figuring out where to put them in the lineup. Number one, my schedule is going to change, so I don't know how that's going to work. Number two, you know, I think it's a good motivator for myself so that I don't get stuck, basically. I'm also going to be, there's a thought about me joining either Craft Yourself Free or Tackle It. So just a lot of thoughts running around in my brain as I realize I'm going to be moving so much yarn and so many patterns. It kind of makes me sad that this stuff is just sitting there not being used. So that's it for today's video, which was a surprise video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a like, especially if you're a subscriber and would like to stay subscribed. That way the evil YouTube overlords don't unsubscribe you from my channel against your will. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of yarny content, and if that's your jibe, make sure you hit subscribe. Plus, you would do well to hit that notification bell. If you really want to help this channel grow, share this video with everyone you know. And in the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao.